Good evening, folks, and welcome to the War Party Paranormal Radio Show, where we will discuss all things paranormal. Hear firsthand eyewitness accounts from fellow team members and special guests. Now, for lead investigator and your host, Eric Vanderlaan, and co-host, Michael Del Toro.
Oh, hello, everybody. Happy Monday. My name is Eric. I'm your host for War Party Paranormal Radio. Also the team leader of War Party Paranormal Research. And I got my partner next to me that way.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. My name is Mike Del Toro. I am a tech specialist and investigator with War Party Paranormal. And we got a really interesting show tonight, probably one of our team's favorite locations to investigate. Eric,
let's go. Yeah, so we got a good one. We've been spoiling you guys with celebrities, but we still do have celebrities. They're going to be on this show. They're celebrities of War Party Paranormal. So we're bringing the War Party Paranormal crew back. And we've been talking about it since like these episodes started, like probably pretty much in every show. And this location is, I think, like probably the most haunted place I ever investigated. A lot of people don't know about it. It's the Gold Coast Railroad Museum down in Miami. And if any of you folks are from Miami, it's right next to Zoo Miami. Used to be a formal Navy air base. And what happened there is they had a bunch of hangars, well, actually 3 hangars that stored these blimps. And, blimps are huge. And one hangar could store 6 blimps.
Humongous. And it was the biggest project, I think, that Dade County has ever done.
Yep, definitely. And we're going to show an intro about that soon. But, yeah, that's our favorite place. Back in the 1940s, I think it was 1942, a hurricane came by. And one of the blimps caught on fire. And then all 3 hangars exploded. And, back in the 1940s, Miami wasn't developed as much as it is now. So to get help for a fire like that, they were pretty like far out because it was like west out in Miami. So the cool thing, well, not the cool thing about the explosion, but the cool thing about that location is it has a lot of activity, and it's very different. I mean, they all have different personalities. First of all, we get stuff from the Naval Air Base. I think we get like residuals from that explosion. And then on top of that, the actual hangar isn't there, but some of the pieces, like there's like rooms and stuff that are still remaining from the original hangar, but they built a smaller hangar over it. And inside that hangar, there's a historical collection of railroad cars. And those cars have activity, and they all have their own different personalities. For example, they have the Army medical car. They have the Zephyr, which is a double-decker car. That one gets activity. You have a segregation car. And then the most famous one there is the Ferdinand Magellan, where that was a presidential car. And Reagan, Roosevelt, Truman, even Winston Churchill rode on that car. And actually a CIA agent got shot there. And we got an EVP regarding that a while back ago as well. Anything you want to add, Mike? Did I cover it all?
No, you got it, man. Absolutely. I mean, these hangars were just huge, and it's super exciting to get out there because you have so much different activity from all the different things. As Eric was saying, you got the train cars, you got cars there from NASA. They're always moving around too. Like they'll bring new ones in, move old ones out, and there's just so much energy there, and it's really a fantastic location to investigate. So why don't you want
to roll it?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, cool. Let me find it. Here we go.
Hey, big star.
Right. I personally Saw her climb up, and I fainted.
And it looks solid, like a solid person.
Solid little girl crying with long black hair.
A lumber company that was here at the turn of the century. And so the Navy bought this property in 42 from that company, and the area was Richmond. This time became a Richmond Naval Air Station.
We weren't at war yet, but some of the forward thinkers were saying, we don't like what's going on here, let's start planning ahead. At the time this project got underway, it was the largest building project in Dade County's history, and I believe that still stands today.
Nothing out here. There was zero out here. That's why when the fire started going, no one could come help. It took forever to get here.
My first experience was I was on one of the locomotives getting ready to do a revenue run, and there was a shadow figure that ran from track 1 to like building 4, and next thing you know, I called my conductor and ran. I'm like, did you see anybody going across the tracks? I'm like, he's like, yeah, no, I didn't. The gentleman came to me, he's like, did this gentleman came out like navy blue outfit with a hat and stuff like that? I'm like, yes. So I'm like, okay, what the heck is that? He's like, you just saw a person back when this place used to be the blimp base. I'm like, okay. So I just saw a figure of something that's paranormal.
Yeah, so that place there, like, we've experienced it all there, from getting hits on the thermal cam, shadow figures, getting touched. It's just disembodied voices. It's like everything you want, like out of an investigation.
Footsteps, crazy EVPs, classic
day or
EVPs.
night. Day or night.
Yeah, as you could see when when Eric was kind of interviewing some of the staff there, that they don't know or have anything to do with paranormal. You know, they're there working the trains to, you know, the museum, and
I'm just trying to mind my own business.
Yeah, exactly. And these are stuff that they're reporting. You know, it's wild.
So tonight we're bringing on our crew. So we'll bring them on one by one. So we have, actually, we'll go ladies first.
Hello.
Yeah, Franny. Hey, Franny.
What's going on, everyone?
We have Jenny. Oh, that pops in on my
Hey, hey.
Hey.
What's up, everyone?
Last but not least, we have El Puma.
Good evening.
What's up, Joe?
Good evening.
What's up, guys?
How's everyone doing?
Good.
Very good. Awesome.
Excited to talk about this awesome.
I couldn't leave you guys out.
I'm really excited.
So, like,
yeah, this is one of our favorite locations. Definitely.
Yeah, we love this place.
I agree.
Yeah. I probably spent the most time there. It's like crazy. Like, I've been there like during the day, during the night, gotten crazy things.
Yeah,
even at daytime, it's very creepy.
Yeah,
we spent the night there one night, and there was a tropical storm that came through, so that was interesting.
Yeah, jacked up the activity, so that was pretty cool. So, I don't know. I think it's like pretty, like, I don't know, pretty weird that, like, the more locations you go, the more the spirits get to know you and start like you be almost like you're becoming friends with them, right? And like this is one of those locations. It's pretty crazy. Yeah,
both of I think we've all had our names called there numerous times through different devices too. You know,
definitely
through EVPs, through spirit box, through portals, all kinds of different stuff. Ovulus, you know, and they're calling out our names. I know Joe has his name called before. Eric, you get your name called there all the time.
No, they love me.
Yeah, they sure do. So let's.
I'm gonna go with a perfect clip for that. You guys ready?
Let's do it.
Let's roll it.
Can you say one of their names?
Eric?
That's what I heard, Eric, right?
Hey, Eric.
Sounds like Eric, right?
Eric, yeah. Weird. Eric. Eric. Well, my name is Erica.
His name's Eric. I was just telling them that I wouldn't be surprised if my name got called out tonight.
Yeah.
It always happens here. I think they know me. Maybe they want to play with me.
Now, were you recording or no?
With this?
With that.
You doing now?
When it was sitting there, was it just recording the whole
Yeah,
time?
but I gotta upload it to the...
Right.
Play it again for the camera.
You have a message for us? You want us to stay at the light?
That's crazy. Eric, play it again to the camera.
Mm-hmm.
Eric, right? Can you say my name? Did it?
Mm-hmm.
My name? Say my name? Couldn't help it.
It never fails though. Every time we walk into one of those trains, like he's like, it's gonna say my name tonight. It's like, all right, here we go. And it sure,
Actually, that it wasn't one night. That's just like accumulation of all the times I went.
No, I know that.
That would be cool though, right?
Can you imagine?
Eric.
I feel like every location's like that. It's like Eric every time. Yeah.
So let's start out by Joe. Like, tell me like the most crazy experience you had there.
The craziest was actually a night we did an overnight investigation. Mike was mentioning the night that there was a tropical storm and we just started getting these bands coming in and it was just crazy windy and I don't know, I feel like that whole place got charged up that night.
Should have invited Aaron to the show, right?
Yeah, Erin Egnatz. She was on the Waverly Hills episode. She was my buddy for the night. So like we all kind of split up. It was I think just 6 of us that night, and we all kind of split up. And me and Aaron were doing our thing, and we ended up in this one area that's for the staff only. They allow us in, which is the mechanics room.
Mm-hmm.
And we both had a personal experience in there that was like. It scared the hell out of me. Honestly, it scared her more. But like the feeling that we got, like she started getting touched kind of inappropriately, and then I captured an EVP saying like, I was like, "Are you in the Navy?" And then I felt like something just like poked me and then pushed me forward towards her. And then on the recorder, I actually captured a response saying, "Hey, I poked him." Which was,
I remember that.
Yeah,
that was crazy.
Nuts.
Yeah, and she also got like touched like
on her face
early in
on the
night,
same
yeah.
time. And like on this side, I see like a shadow figure, full arms and legs, and like I like turn. I'm like, holy crap! I just saw this, and then when she said that, she's like, someone just went like that, and she had blush, and it looked like someone wiped the blush like off her cheek with the finger. It's pretty weird.
And Franny, you actually had an experience in there as well, didn't you? In the same room?
Yeah, that's correct. And it's actually similar to Aaron. So I always wear my infamous hats, that I like to wear for some of my investigations. So I was wearing one that night. And I just remember I was recording, I think Joe doing the Estes. And I just felt like my hat like flicked or something on the like left-hand side. So definitely that was one. And also I felt, because I wear boots and I was wearing these high socks, and I felt like something was like touching me going up my ankle and just rising up my leg. So I felt like that was my experience at that same room, in the other words.
Yeah, it's so weird because like you and Aaron are both, similar in stature, and you both had a very similar experience, and not knowing each other and not knowing that each other had this experience.
And months later, like like the time frame in between, because that was I think last year that we went, that we did our overnight, and so it was a while in between that too. So that's really cool.
Yeah, they don't touch me there for some reason.
I
Jenny
got
Armando.
several times in that
Nobody
place.
wants to touch that hairy leg.
So I think the maintenance room. I think that's probably like the hottest room. But Jenny Armando, what were your experiences? Like your craziest?
Can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you.
All right. So for me, when we did an overnight there, like we were the only people that did the overnight that night, and it was around I don't know, like 3 in the morning.
It was definitely a bit after 3.
And we were kind of like, in the picture behind me, it's in front of the Zephyr car, and that's kind of like where we're stationed up, and we have our equipment, and we were just hanging out there. We have benches, and we were just sitting there in the dark, in a complete dark. It was just us and a cat, and in front of us was the presidential cart, and I know, dumb cat, and the presidential cart. I saw what was like, there was a train right in front of us. That's always locked. They don't even let people go in there as far as like even in the daytime, it's always locked. I saw was like a light, like a flashlight sweep, and I was thinking maybe like back in the day, like armed, like what is that called, like secret service, or something like that, like
right.
And I was just like staring at the car, like, yeah, oh my god, and it went up, it went down, it flashed, and I. Like a ghost, a phantom.
And
light.
keep in mind, guys, we're the only 2 people in this whole area.
Nuts.
Even the bathroom's haunted.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna play a video. I'm gonna start with the medical car because I always get stuff in there. So I put a little clip of that. And the medical car is like one of these historical cars that's there in the museum, the Army medical car. And people see an apparition of a little girl. We've communicated with a soldier there. And what else? I think it's a little girl and a soldier, right? Am I right?
Yeah.
Correct.
All right.
Before you play that, what's also interesting is that it was actually not even used during the war. It was on standby to be used, and it was never sent over. One of the staff members was telling us.
What about the pieces inside?
I don't think so. I think it's just done up. But it's interesting just because, the connection of it being a medical car, the base that was there, that maybe brought in, something, and who knows where the little girl's coming from. But sorry, just wanted to throw that in there real quick.
No, thanks. So let's roll this one here in the medical car.
Oh, it's in that corner.
Who's here? Can you make another noise? Heard that?
Yeah.
You got something?
She got something. Yeah. Look. Can you hear that?
It's like a kid.
Let's play.
Did you feel that?
What'd you?
Yeah.
What'd you feel? Cold spot?
Cold spot just went straight through here.
We felt that earlier.
I heard JP.
No, the power's out.
Are you looking for us to help you?
Yeah.
All right, medic.
Can you say my name?
Eric.
You heard Eric?
Very faint. Very in the back. Very background.
I heard his dad.
I heard that too.
He's not coming home.
Seth's always getting his. Wow. You gonna play that again? What do you think it says? Sounds like it said, "I am angry." Listen. Listen. I am angry. I am angry. I think that's the reason why my speaker in my DR60 isn't as loud as it used to be.
They wore it out. So we get a lot of activity on spirit boxes and portals and stuff there, and in all this Eric name calling, I got to throw one out there that says my name. I'm sorry.
Yeah, do it.
So let's check this
Can't
out.
be
This is
left out.
a spirit box, and we're playing through a portal. And honestly, I didn't even hear it. Joe caught it.
Yeah.
But Puma.
That was in the Zephyr, right?
It was. Yeah. Check this out.
Liana?
I'm Mike. Nice to meet you.
Hi, Mike.
So we just set up. I'm Mike. Nice to meet you.
Hi, Mike.
So we just set up.
You know what that reminds me of?
I remember that.
Hearing, and on the portal we got. It is Mike. It is Mike.
Exactly.
Remember that?
Like Super Mario.
Exactly.
No, it's
right.
It's Mike.
It's a Mike.
So
all right. So let's see. So like, who thinks like let's go around. Like, who thinks? Let's have a vote. Which part of the hangar is the most haunted? I'm gonna go with the maintenance room.
I would say
Michael?
it's a big toss up between the maintenance room and the model room.
Ooh,
Fran.
that's tough. I don't. Yeah, I have to agree with Mike. I don't know. That's tough because my ovulus goes crazy in the model room, and then in the other room, the maintenance room, definitely that's where I got touched. I don't know. That's tough. That's a really tough one, but definitely have to agree with Mike on that one. Yeah.
Mr. and Mrs. 305.
I would say the model room.
Model room, definitely. I remember just one night investigating that we did it as a public, and it was just noises happening all over the place. We did it in pitch black, and I kept seeing like lights, unexplainable. That's definitely the most active room.
Joe and I were in there one night, and the big incandescent bulbs that they have way up high, fired up by itself, and we had to physically go shut the switch off.
Yeah,
like it was nuts. I got it on video somewhere. I didn't have time to pull it, but we did one of the wildest Estes sessions that I've ever been a part of was in that mechanics room.
Yeah.
And Joe, why don't you tell them a little bit about that?
So it's the mechanics room. That's the most haunted location, right?
I would say that building in general, the mechanics room.
Yeah, they're right next to each other.
And they're I think
it's
that
the
whatever
original
is
part
in
of the
one,
hangar.
I think that whatever's in one is also in that space.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, and it dates back to like the 1940s. That's the original part. And we've gotten like conversation with like a naval officer. So that was pretty crazy.
Yeah, during that Estes session, I mean, Joe was the one that was blindfolded with the headphones on, listening to Spirit Box. And I mean, he was saying all kinds of things that were related to military, Navy, officer, this, that. I mean, it was wild.
Spot on, pretty much. Like I obviously I had to rewatch the video, and I just was remember like holy crap, like this is insane.
And you got touched a couple times during that, right?
I got touched quite a few times, but I also got like jabbed, like in the kidney. There was one point I was sitting with my back. There's a door that leads to a like washroom, has a washer and dryer, and then a bathroom. My back was to there, and I literally felt like I just got jabbed, like right.
And that's the same place that Eric saw the shadow figure move.
Yeah, I've never seen a shadow so defined in my life. It's crazy. Like I still don't believe what I saw. But
Eric,
it was during the day. It was daylight. There's like light coming through the window. That's how crazy it was. So
that whole building is creepy, like all out. I've been there for a birthday party in the daytime. Nothing related to paranormal. Even before even going there with the team, and my daughter was freaked out.
Well, let's play some videos. We got some evidence. We got so much evidence. If we put all our evidence together, we'd probably be here for like a half a day.
Eric,
But,
can we play? Let's play the Estes one since we were talking about that, and then we got a few minutes before Anthony comes on.
Yeah.
All right, let's let it roll.
You want me? My name's Mike. He's got a blindfold, cover his eyes so he can't read my lips, and he has noise isolation headphones on with the SB7 playing, and he's going to repeat what he hears, and he can't hear the questions that I'm asking. He can only hear what's going through the headphones. All right.
Get out of here.
No, we just got here. Were you in the Navy?
Right.
Right.
Out.
No.
In.
Yes. We're not going to leave. We're not scared of you.
Gotta stop.
No, we want to communicate with you first. We need to know who you are. We're here to help.
Get out.
No. Can you touch that again? Thank you. What's your name? Tell us. My name is Mike.
You're thinking about dying. Then the bomb hit.
Do you mean the fire?
Forget it.
No, tell me about the bomb.
I hate you.
Hate's a strong word.
Goddamn.
Relax.
Get off of my face. I'm getting touched on my face. Mike, we given the devil up. Yeah, right.
I think you're full of crap. I think you're just an angry
demon.
No, that's not going to work. That's not going to scare us out of here.
Wow. So mean,
It was
Mike.
it was crazy.
That was like
That whole session,
yeah,
that whole session was like an hour long, and I just chopped up some pieces.
It was
in
longer
order.
than an hour.
Well, I took breaks in between. Like I was getting so drained that I had to stop, go outside, like shake off whatever was going on, and then come back in. And then every time that I came back in, it was just more and more. At first, it started just touching my face, touching my arms, my back. And then after the second session is when I just got popped. That's the same room where I got poked that night with Aaron, like that room. If I have to say one of the locations that actually still scares me, it's that place. Just because that interaction that I've had. I mean, the Devil Tree is rough, some of these other places, but dude, that place, that room for a bit scared the hell out of me.
And to tell you the truth, that building, that structure, the model room and the maintenance room are like one. They're just like one sided of each other. So I think like that's like the craziest location. There's someone there that's like really angry. And I'm going to play something like really quick. That'll prove it. Here we go. Get out of here. Get out of here, Eric. Get out of here. Get out of here, Eric.
Yeah.
Right? It's a lot of that. I think that's probably the reason why I probably need a new speaker. Zap told me he was going to use my QR80 and take the speaker out.
It's the same speaker. Yeah.
Replace it. Then I forgot. But I'm a little bit nervous about it though.
That place is wild. And the last clip that you see me stand there kind of holding the recorder up to the camera, Eric in that same exact spot multiple times has gotten that same
exact
reaction.
spot. Crazy. Like Scotty, like even during the day, I've been with Scotty and gotten screams like that. I don't know what it is, but it's just that one particular spot.
Well, there's a little bit of a story about that.
Yeah, there is.
About that model room, right? So the models that are in there were donated by a man that I don't know his name, but he was on his deathbed and he donated them. And then a little while went by and he kind of got dementia and this, that. And he's like, where's my train set? I want my train set back. And they were trying to explain to him, like, no, you donated it. Like, it's in a museum now. Like, you can't have it back. It's already set up and it's a museum. And then he passed, and we've asked, you know, are you here protecting your train set? And we've got some screams like that, get out of here. And so we kind of come to the conclusion that we think that it might be the original owner of the train set that's in there, the models.
Yeah, definitely.
But I do
the
think
employees think that.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to say that I also believe that the one that does go between the two is the naval officer.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You know?
Yeah,
and then
definitely.
when you walk into the model room to the right is actually the military museum portion of it, and then there's like a theater in there. And I remember one of the nights we were there, the employee was telling us that he was like on break and he went in there to just chill out in the theater room, sat down, and then he felt like there was just somebody just standing behind him the entire time. Like he says that he was there for like 6 minutes and like just bounced. Like he couldn't stay in there.
Yeah. Another guy said he gets his name called out there too, like during the day.
Yeah. Place is wild.
Yeah.
Place is awesome.
That's where Franny gets all her Ovilus hits.
Yeah, it just I've never
crazy.
seen my Ovilus just go off with so many words, and sometimes they sink in too with like the environment, like the history of the location. It's crazy. I've never seen it go like haywire like that before. It just like nonstop. It'll, like every time I step into that room, my Ovilus goes off. Like that's how crazy.
I was
it
playing
is
with my
every time.
camera, and on the right when I was playing with messing with my camera, her Ovilus got camera. So that's pretty weird.
It's more in the model room for some reason. Like it just goes crazy in that room. I don't know why. Like it just every time, like I step in there, on both times. I think the 2 times I was there, every time it does that for some reason.
Yeah. So I got another video of going back to the maintenance room. I always get the weirdest vibes in there.
I'm feeling like super heavy. Like, where were you physically at? I was a little above. I just had some static on my right side here. I'm not sensitive, but I can feel it.
Yeah.
No, I mean, they were just getting touched now.
She's had her hat flicked.
Yeah, her hat.
Someone flicked her hat.
Let's talk to. Let's see what we can get. Yeah. To whoever is in here, I know you remember me. You touched me last time I was here. I came back to talk to you. Can you talk into any of these recorders up here with the light flashing? Yeah, leave them on. We have those on purpose. Yeah.
Whoever is in here, I know you remember me, touched me last time I was here. I came back to talk to you. Can you talk into any of these recorders up here with the light flashing? You were being kind of nasty to the girl that I was with. And you pushed me, I don't flash.
Something like that was awful.
I thought I said yes, get out.
There was extreme. It's very coarse and then tails off.
I heard yes, yes, I can.
The girl that I was with, and you pushed me, I don't appreciate that. What do you have to say for yourself?
Get out. Get out, Chief. Get out, Chief. That get out, my friend. Like, that's pretty cool, right?
Yeah, and guys that are watching, I don't know if you notice, like we'll take the recorder and we'll set it down on the table, so it's not picking up anything, of our hand movement or anything like that. So we'll set it down, hit record, and then back away from it, ask questions, and sit. and wait, and then we'll hit the button, stop recording, pick it back up. So therefore, there's no way anybody can say it was our hands rubbing on the thing or anything like that. You'll see us do that a lot when we can. Obviously sometimes you can't set it down, you have to hold it. But yeah, we've also got some really amazing captures on a FLIR.
We did
a couple different times. And if you're unfamiliar, FLIR is a forward-looking infrared, is what it stands for. It's used in marine technology, kind of like what I do in work. We install them on boats. They have handhelds. They're used in military operations to pick up heat signatures and different things like that. And if you pick up something on a FLIR, it's there.
It's legit. Yeah.
It's legit. And there was 2 times that we captured something on a FLIR. The Eric actually captured them, and I found one of them just kind of reviewing some footage. But we're going to show it to you real quick here. But I want you to know what you're looking at when you see it. So the brighter the color, so like orange and white are going to be the hottest points that it's picking up. And then obviously white is the hottest. It bases it off ambient temperature. You can read the temperature in the middle of the screen on the crosshair of the ambient temperature that you're pointing at. We are outside in the back, outside of the building, and the train car, you could see the windows, and you could see a figure move through the window.
It's a train yard. It's all open, and there's like 3 tracks, and all these trains are like lined up, scattered all over the place.
It's outdoors. And then the second part of this clip, we don't know how to explain it. You could see a figure on all 4s. It almost is like the size of a...
I thought it was El Puma at one time. I wasn't sure.
But if you...
just crawling around.
if you
trying to scare me.
Like that top of the train.
Like the eyes.
Yeah, exactly. When you look at it, remember that it's cold. It's not hot. It's not white. It's not orange. It's cold.
Yeah.
And any mammal would be warm, So
I mean, no El Puma isn't cold. He would be blazing hot.
He's super warm.
Super hot all the time.
You want me to roll it?
Yeah, go for it.
Please.
It looks like a giant hog.
I think it's
I was gonna
big.
say it looks like a big old hog is what it
Right.
But it's cold.
I would have seen that with my own eyes too, because it wasn't. I mean, there was enough light to see.
Yeah.
And
then that
figure
cold.
in the train. It looked like it moved.
Yeah.
It was crazy,
was
right?
just going-
I
It was
saw
like
that while
walking
I
or
was
something.
filming it. I was like,
Yeah.
holy crap.
That's crazy.
Those trains
Really
back
cool.
there are super creepy.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you get the most activity. up
Especially
there.
Well, the thing is, the
double-decker.
hangar extended all the way out to the train yard because it was so big. Like you still see like the foundation from the old hangar there.
Yeah, that place is massive. It's just so huge
Yeah, it's
overall. Yeah.
I remember one night we went out there, we did an event, and the event, event's over, we're picking up, and Mike and I are like, let's go take a little walk down to the to check out one of these trains. So we get back there, we hop on the train, and we start hearing all this stuff. Like, what the hell is that? And out of nowhere, like 20 pigeons just start going like
Inside the
erupting
train.
in there.
Oh,
We're
no.
like, oh
Pitch
my
black.
god! There
I
was
screamed like a girl.
That was at night, by the way.
Yeah, there was pigeon crap everywhere. We didn't know it was dark in there. Like it was
And it was completely silent. They were good. They were like silent, and we were sitting there, and then we break out the recorder, we start doing the EVP session, and they just lit up and just started flopping around everywhere, and yeah.
Oh
no.
my God,
But it's funny because
A
you
little-
just start hearing like, and we're like, what is that? Like, what? Where's that coming from? And then just
and then a little pee came out.
Yeah.
Right.
Did one poop on you?
I don't know.
Probably.
Possibly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
It's good luck. I don't know. That's what they say.
Yeah, ectoplasm.
Right? It was glowing. It was green.
Too great. It's never a dull moment or investigations. Never.
No, that's for sure.
Gotta have fun, man.
Right. All about the experience.
But let's see, what else do we have? I got another medical car one.
Oh, it's in that corner.
Wait, I played that one, right?
Yep. Got anything else from the Zephyr?
The
Yeah,
Zephyr
the
is
Zephyr's
wild.
Zephyr is my favorite part.
Oh, I wish you had the clip where it was like talking to Tim. It's like, Tim, stop it.
Oh, yeah, right.
It was like, enough.
Well, Mike thought he heard like his first disembodied footsteps there.
In the medical
Right?
part?
Turned up. No, in the Zephyr.
In the Zephyr.
No, that was crazy. In the intro, I don't know if you noticed it, but like in the intro, you see me in the camera going, "What the F was that?" And it was Tim sitting in the back, and there's no lights on the train, and he's back there fooling around. I mean, you think he would have said like, "Hey, I'm back here." No, I got my full spectrum camera, and I'm walking through there like, and I hear like, and I'm freaking out. I'm like, what? And if he'd said it out loud, I go, "What was that?" And I'm walking, and then sure enough, Tim sitting back there. Yeah.
Well, we've heard footsteps before. That one time we were doing a spirit box session, we heard.
Oh
footsteps.
yeah,
No
remember
one
that
was there.
we were filming something in there, and the camera guy heard it and freaked out, and he got like really. He's a professional videographer, never done anything with paranormal, but he got super startled, man, and it was kind of.
He literally told us, "I need you guys to get up and go out there and check because there's somebody walking around out there."
I remember. And that's
At first, we thought it might have been one of our team members walking on the train, or something like that, but there was nobody there. It was wild. Like you even heard like the initial footstep, and you could feel the train move a little bit. It was wild.
We do get that a lot there.
Mhm.
Like the movement.
The vibration.
Yeah, definitely the movement. That's for sure.
Yeah,
not only
Joe-
there, but I felt it like in the segregation car too.
Yeah,
The segregation car, like we were hanging out. We were doing. It was I think one of our public events, and the group had just finished in. They kept going down like the way, and I think it was just Ernesto and I sitting in there, and I was like, I'm feeling the train like shaking, like if it's in motion.
I was there because I was filming.
Well, you came after. It happened 2 separate times. The one you caught for filming me, my back was to like the luggage area.
Mhm.
That when I first felt it with Ernesto, we were actually on the other side of because it's a segregation car that was during segregation, so you have the whites and the black section. So we're sitting up there, and you just felt. I was like, I'm feeling this chair, like I feel like we're just in motion, basically. It was weird.
Mike, what's that one video you have of you alone? Did you play that one already?
No, I did not. So
Railcar one?
Yeah, like Jenny was saying earlier, that the Ferdinand Magellan, that was Railcar 1. It was before there was an Air Force 1. It's always locked. And one night it was just the team there, and he's like, "Oh, I'll unlock it. Go ahead, go for it." So I was like, "All right, nobody's around. I'm going up in there." And I went in there and shut the door, and I sat down, and this is just a little clip from it. And Eric, you want to play it? Because I got to click around and find it.
What's up, guys? This is Mike.
Del Coro with War Party Paranormal. I go by Florida Paranormal Researcher on my social media. I'm in the Ferdinand Magellan presidential cart. Nobody's in here but me. I just went into the crew quarters and I shut the door. And supposedly there was a CIA agent that was shot and killed on here saving one of the presidents. So I'm just gonna sit in here for a few minutes, shut the light out, see if I can feel anything or hear anything. Then I'm gonna do an EVP. That said, get out and then leave. I appreciate you talking to me, even if it is telling me to get out and leave. I'm going to go ahead and respect your wishes. And I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. But thank you. Thank you for communicating with me.
Were you?
Was I? A little scared? No.
Yeah, a little nervous.
No. I don't really tend to get startled very easily, especially when we do this, you know, at what we do. It would take a lot. I would love to be honest with you. I'd love to have something like really scare me. But
you've been trying. You tried last weekend too.
Yeah. Last weekend, I went into the L Street house where there was a murder, and I locked the front door. I went and sat in the back and did some live listening with a Zoom recorder and did some things. And, yeah, no, for sure. I might have been a little nervous on the camera, trying not to stutter my words. But yeah, no, that was a pretty crazy EVP. It definitely told me to get out, and I was like, all right, well, let's get out of here and go meet up with the rest of the guys and girls.
Well, Jenny and Armando
like right before we all bombarded you.
Yeah, that was.
Well, there was that time you guys spent probably the most alone time there because we left early and you guys continued.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, I would say nothing that has scared me. The only times I've been scared has been when something has physically touched me. Like Joe and Jenny witnessed, I got like hit in the back once. I don't say that anything like that has happened to us there at Gold Coast, but definitely things that have like freaked us out. We saw a bunch of shadow figures the night that we were there by ourselves.
Yeah.
I'll walk in the yard in the back, just like walking.
Like if it was normal people just walking on a busy intersection, that's all. That's what we were noticing.
Yeah. The night I did the overnight, I did the same thing. I sat in the front by where we put our equipment, and I just sat there just watching just straight down the aisle, and you would just see him go.
It's very hard for me to take you seriously with that background, man.
Well, we actually went there during the day with the Univision, the Latin network, and filmed a story there. And what we were doing was we were comparing the SLS camera to that anti-avoidance system on Tesla, where people were saying that they were driving their Teslas through the graveyards, the cemeteries, and seeing stick figures walking around all over the place. So we decided to try it out at a cemetery and then go to a known haunt place at Gold Coast. And we actually got both. So even on the real SLS, we got it as well during the day there at Gold Coast while we were like in the Tesla. Like someone also had an SLS. So that was pretty crazy. And the SLS picked up someone walking inside the Ferdinand Magellan. So that was pretty crazy.
Yes. That's cool.
Yep.
Yeah, that was the most expensive ghost hunting equipment that we've ever used. The Tesla Model 3.
Oh, yeah,
Yes.
definitely.
Definitely. Right. And just even mapping up the spirit, I guess it was in a motorcycle too, and there was like some type of connection in history with the I think with the Zephyr or something like that. That was crazy. Just even Tesla mapping that out, I think that was pretty cool that day. Yeah.
I wonder if one of those trains like ran over a motorcycle, like crossed the railroad tracks.
I don't know.
Could be a spirit of motorcycle rider.
It's hard to look into some of the history of those things because like a lot of it wasn't documented then. Like I tried.
Who knows what happened?
Who knows? You know, and the energy and the different things, and you know, one of the most active places also as far as the trains go is in the Zephyr dining area, and then also in the other dining.
We get a waiter.
How many times did we get an EVP that said "eat" that one night? Eat. We were joking about it.
Yeah, it just kept saying,
up. It just kept saying "eat."
It like literally back to back to back to back. Like how we were joking about Eric earlier, it was saying "eat." It was just going to eat.
Like it was like 4 a.m. We were like delirious and we just couldn't stop laughing. It was crazy.
What's your name? Eat. It was hilarious.
I think the next day I woke up and I text Eric and Joe. I just said "eat," like all capitals, like eat.
Actually, there's like a lounge car. Also, we got like evidence of a guy who was thrown out the car and died. We were doing an EVP session. He's like, "I got thrown out." That's pretty crazy.
That's cool.
Yeah, the lounge car. It's like an older lounge. I don't think you guys have seen it. Maybe Jenny and Armando have. It had like a burgundy like seats.
Oh yes, we've only seen.
It had like a bar in there, and then it had a front part like a dining area.
That's beyond the diner.
Yeah.
It used to be up front. You remember, like right when you walked in the hangar. Now they locked it up.
That's what
it was on the side closest to the restrooms.
Yep. And by the way, like people that are watching, when we're doing these investigations at this location, we tell them to shut down the power. So there's like no power. We're like in the army car. Like I remember last time there, like or every time there, I'm like sweating my ass off.
Yeah, it's fun, especially this time of year coming up.
You got to take a break to like catch some air. It's like crazy.
Yeah, a lot of the places that we investigate, we don't want any power or whatever, or the ACs, we don't want the noise, so we sweat it out. Oh yeah,
definitely. So people that are in our chat, I just want to like thank you guys for coming on the show. We always got great engagement here, and if you want, shoot out some questions. We'll do some question and answering about this location, and we'll answer your questions. So our buddy here, El Capitan, any shadow people caught on video? I wish.
I have one unexplained shadow that Joe.
The thermal though.
What's that?
It's not really shadow. The thermal, but it's not really a shadow.
Well, there's a video on my YouTube. You could check it out, Cap. It was Joe and I were at the old school at Yesteryear Village, and we captured a shadow in the shape of a small child moving in a direction where the historian told us that she saw something there. I couldn't explain it. Can I say it's 100% a shadow figure or something? No, but I can't explain it.
We've seen him with our own eyes though, but never captured anything there.
Joe just captured something last night and sent it to me, and I flipped out. I was like, "Oh my god, dude, you got one! You caught him! You got him!"
Yeah, I was question. So pumped, and I started watching it more, and I realized like after like half an hour, I slowed it down, I blew it up, I shrank it down, I did all sorts of stuff, and I realized I was filming myself with the other camera, and I noticed that my arm comes down. And that's the same time that the shadow moves, and I was like, "Damn!" Yeah, so like shadows are very difficult to catch. That's
definitely
one of those things.
Yeah, very hard. They're sneaky.
So we got a question here from DJ here. What's the craziest EVP you've ever captured or ever got? Who wants to answer that one?
At Gold Coast or just ever?
I think just anytime.
There's a lot.
I'll throw one out there. It's going to be one that that Joe caught actually, and I was
probably
with
the
them
same one I'm thinking.
when we were at the St. Augustine jail.
Oh,
actually, yeah, and it said, "I will shoot you." When we asked her, "Are you male or female?" and it says straight up, Class A, "I'll shoot you."
Yeah.
And that was actually one of the ones of the top 3 EVPs of last year from Paranormal Warehouse. They put it out there for us.
That was,
I think the
that
most
night-
memorable one for me is the one you got at the
When it says Eric?
Aerojet. Die, Eric! Die! Die!
That's another one that I listened to.
Why does it hate me so much?
I mess with it, but it's clear as day, dude. Like that thing was pissed. And it's cool because even before that, there was one. It says Eric needs to come back now.
Oh, that was wild.
And then they walk into the room. That was like, I was like,
what about when it said Chug Blood and it was my
Chug
voice?
Blood, yeah, that was pretty crazy.
It was like
too.
a mimic of my voice. I wasn't even in the building.
Those to me are the craziest when it sounds like you.
Yeah. It's
Well,
mimicking your voice.
Carrie and Eric are here, and they were with us when we were in Tahoe for Para Experience. And while we were there, our team was investigating the old Davie schoolhouse. And while I was gone, they were Mike and Joe were in the attic at the Veely house where we get like all crazy kinds of activity. And what did you guys get while I was in Tahoe?
it was like, we asked like, "Oh, do you miss Eric?" And it was like no, or something like
being
that.
a smart ass.
It was being a smart ass. It was like Eric who? Eric who? That's what it
exactly.
Was. Eric who? And we're like, ah.
We had to call Eric. I think we even called him and played it for him.
Yeah.
You left and they forgot you already.
Well, I would
But
think
it's true.
I was going to say, I think the craziest EVP I've captured was at Alcatraz. I mean, I have 2 so far. I just got my DR60, so I'll mention that in a second. But I would think the craziest so far was definitely at Alcatraz. And I felt like I got something that said, of course, I had like one of those like rinky-dink Sony recorders, so nothing out of the ordinary. And you could hear it's very distinct, and it says, "I can get her." Like, and I was by myself in solitary. So that was really cool. Definitely recently. And I promised myself I would never test out my, recorders at my own household, but I always felt like I had an attachment why I got into the paranormal named Charles. And I don't think he's a bad spirit. I think he's a good spirit that looks after me. But I just tested out my DR60 and I was testing it out. I'm like, just giving it a whirl. And then I asked just for confirmation, hey, out of this whole entire time, is Charles with me? And clear as day, you hear a yes, and it's a male voice that says yes. So I thought that was pretty wild.
Right off the bat.
Yeah, that was
Never investigate your own house. Rule
but I
number
stopped
1.
after that. Yeah, I'm like, no more.
Joe, he would know.
Right.
Armando.
Tell him what you did this weekend. Yeah.
All right. So thank you to Mike. First of all, watching his video, I learned how to build my own portal. So I was
Check it out on my
having
YouTube page.
Yeah.
Yes, I can vouch for it. You'll be able to build it. So I had issues with tuning it. So Mike was like, "Oh, just go home and tune it. You have to check the reverb and make sure that everything syncs up, and then raise the volume up little by little, and you'll get it." So I started tuning it, and then out the portal goes, "Hey, what are you doing?" I was like, "Nope, not in my house.
Not today.
I'm not doing this in my house.
Nope.
Not today, devil.
I can verify that you work. Thank you."
Actually, Scotty, I mean, Armando, you told me like when we left, was it
KGRA?
Oh wait, go ahead, do it, Mike.
All right.
Quick time out.
Sorry guys, but everybody that's joining us and listening to us on the KGRA Digital Broadcasting Network side of things, we're going to go ahead and sign off, and you guys are going to move on to the next show that comes on right after us. We appreciate you listening. If you missed it, you could also go back and download the podcast. And we're going to stay on the social media side of things, the YouTube and the War Party Facebook. And we're going to stay on. If you want to come jump over and hang out with us a little more, we're going to be there. So thank you, and thanks for tuning in.
Yes,
sir. We're back.
And we're back.
Sorry.
All right.
Eric, you were saying?
No, I
You
was
were
saying,
asking me?
weren't we at like History Fort Lauderdale, and you were like, you had left, and then you called me later and like, dude, you're not gonna believe, like, I saw a shadow figure like off on the exit, getting off the turnpike or getting on the turnpike. You saw one, you drove by one, like all the way home, you saw shadow figures.
Yes. So that was one of
Jenny
the.
didn't let you in the house though.
No,
Like, sage your ass.
So we were investigating the Feely
Palo
house,
Santo.
and yeah, I normally say a prayer after I leave a location, and this day I just did not because I was in a hurry to get home, and I just didn't think of it, to be honest with you. And I'm leaving and I'm driving on the highway, and there I notice every time I'm at a stoplight, I'm seeing like shadows going in front of my car or like beside my car. I'm like, what the heck is going on? And I called up Jenny, and I'm like, hey, this is what's going on. I'm pretty much almost home by now, and I'm still seeing shadows. What the heck is going on? And she told me, yeah, you're not coming in the house. You're gonna say a prayer. I'm gonna get the Palo Santo ready. And I called up Eric. I was like, hey, Eric, this is what happened. I took care of it, but just letting you know, just in case if something happens to you. Now, I didn't want to touch.
Thanks for watching my back.
I did want to answer as far as the craziest EVP. I wouldn't say it was the craziest one EVP, but the craziest EVP session that I had was with El Puma and Jenny when we kind of veered off to ourselves and we were investigating in the New River Inn. Long story short, the three of us were affected physically. Yeah, that was an insane EVP session.
Oh, DJ Bomb.
Attack. I'm sorry.
So DJ Bombshell said, did something follow you home? Pretty much, yeah, right?
Pretty much, yeah.
They
What
can't
exactly the
He
shadow
called-
was, but yeah, there was
Yeah,
shadow
you called
figures.
me like freaked out. He was like, "You're not gonna believe what I saw." I was at the exit and like something just went from his car like that, and I was like, "Nah." I'm like, yeah, right. And then he was like, "No, I'm serious." I was like,
So that's
coming
that's
in the house.
and he felt weird
I-
driving down. Also, that's
Yeah.
another thing.
I didn't feel
Why's you're
myself
okay to drive?
like myself.
Ghost Rider.
And not sure if anybody knows if you're driving on the turnpike and you get off on the Dolphin Mall exit. There's nothing that casts shadows there, and I'm seeing shadow figures
Yeah, it's
going.
just
I'm like, what the heck is going? No, man, this is wrong. And I feel different. I don't feel like myself. So that's why I called.
So El Capitan wants to know, why is that a rule, not your own house?
Well, because you don't want to run the risk of bringing something into your house that you're not
Right.
prepared for. You know, like, yeah, we do this, we're professionals in the field, we're part of a large team. We have amazing mentors, but you start doing stuff in your home and you start making communication, you don't know what you're bringing, especially if your house wasn't haunted before and you're just opening that doorway,
I think it's like, oh, someone can communicate with me. I'm going to
They're
talk
coming.
more or mess with them more. That's how I look at it.
Yeah, exactly. Like if you
Coming in.
exactly if you open up yourself into your home and you start doing EVPs or doing something like that, that's your personal space and they don't belong there. This is our realm, and you don't want to ring the dinner bell per se. You know what I mean? Like if you're doing EVPs, you're investigating your house, they will notice that somebody's trying to listen and hear them, and you might have other entities or spirits in the area. They're now going to come and say, okay, this guy's trying to communicate, let's see if we could talk to him. And you don't get to pick and choose who's coming.
Right.
It's either open, the door's either open or it's shut.
Might be a nice party too. Might be welcoming in more people too, or spirits,
exactly.
or whatever. Not even spirits.
And plus, I don't
Sometimes.
know. This is my home. I want to go to bed at night and not worry about whatever. So
Yeah, peace.
And also a sense of respect to others in your household too. Like, of course, if others are not interested in the paranormal like you are, or have the same passion as you do, I think that's
I hope your
definitely a sense of
sister's not
respect.
watching.
Yeah, right. Oh, geez. It's a sense of respect. I know my sister would definitely kill me. She's like my roommate, so she definitely will kill me if I were to bring something at the household too, just because it's scary for her. For me, I'm used to it. So I know what to do if that's the case. But for her, it's definitely something that will freak her out, and definitely she will kill me for that as well. So, yeah. So definitely, I think it's a sense of respect for others in the household as well. Yeah.
Yeah, my wife tells me the same thing. If you bring anything home, I will kill you and leave you. And yeah, so
that'll attract the spirits, though. Then you'll come back and bring your friends. Right?
That's what I want. Just my own paranormal playground, and just stick to my office.
And that's still in the back of my mind too. Yeah. With
no, that was a big Bob Marley sized sage he had in his hand.
Yeah. It wasn't a giant,
Yeah, man.
The sage.
Shaba.
We got any more questions from people? You guys are asking good questions. These are
good.
This is like the first time we got really good interaction.
They're really good questions.
Yes, Whitney is saying not my parents' house. So yes, don't do it in your house, but do it in other people's houses.
Unless you don't.
Yeah.
Why not? Give it a whirl.
Unless you don't like your parents, then I guess it's okay.
Yeah.
So I do want to say a huge shout out to my Cooper City class of 02 classmates that are helping me investigate or research for a location that we're about to investigate.
New location.
Whitney's one of my friends from Cooper City.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah. We're gonna be investigating the Angry Warthog Saloon. So yeah, stay tuned because Angry Warthog, South African. Used to be a jail, the Cooper City Jail. So that's pretty cool history right there. But they're going to be doing, if it all works out, we're going to be doing ghost hunting events in Cooper City at that bar. So if you guys are watching, spread the word, because that's what we do. We do ghost hunting events all over the place. We probably have more than any team anywhere.
Yeah, local guys, reach out to us, check our war party everywhere, and we post all about the events that we have, and we'd love to see you out there and get to interact with us in person too, and that's let's hunt some ghosts.
Yeah, and like they were saying, also just in case if you're new to listening to us, basically we hold these events at historical locations and different locations around. Any of the money that gets that comes in for tickets sold for some of the events that we're doing all goes to charitable reasons. It goes back into the historical society and things like that. We're a nonprofit organization, and the main reason that we do a lot of these events is to get our name out there. So people will meet us in person, and then we can help if they have paranormal problems at home, things like that. They'll feel a little bit more comfortable coming up to us, talking to us, and say, "Hey, listen, I got something going on," blah blah blah, and then we'll look into it. And then our main goal is to help people doing residential cases.
Mm-hmm. I have another question.
That's a good question.
Ooh, that is a good question.
That's a good question.
So that came from Zap, right?
Our co-founder, Zap, John Adderall. He's a little bit Native American, and actually our logo, his name is Chief Whoopin' Ass. He's Native Americans. Yeah, it was like the art that's on the side of those bombers. That's where it came from. Actually, this one right here, not the one you see in our background, but this one. Right
up in the corner there.
All the way in the corner, right next to Franny.
This way. Right.
The other way.
That's the actual
opposite
logo.
way. There you
go.
Right there. That's Chief Whoopin' Ass.
I'm like, hey.
Yeah, I always like it when people ask that question.
It was inverted.
Right.
Right, definitely. But also it's not like a war or anything. And the way party is more meant, it's like, like we have no fear. Like when we go into these locations, because that's what they feed off of. They feed off fear, and that's what makes them stronger. So we try to make it like a good time, not to have any fear. So I believe that's how he came up with the war party part. But Scotty's on here, so you can correct me.
Yeah, and plus it ties into the history of Florida. You know, a lot of Native American history here. You know.
Yeah, after they were had to be moved out west to Oklahoma, some of them escaped down here into the Everglades.
Do you know what tribe?
It was a mixture of you know, different areas in Florida as different places. Like they have the AIS tribe that's in like West Palm Beach area. Down here it was mostly Seminole tribe, which was made up of multiple different tribes.
And it was also mixed in with slaves because the slaves escaped and went to the Everglades,
Right.
and the
the
Seminoles welcomed them.
That's how they became the Seminoles, because there was a lot of Miccosukee that when they got transferred and they mixed them with the slaves, they became like the Seminole tribe. But I mean, we have tribes going back, you know, thousands of years that were down here, you know, like the Tequestas and, you know, so many, like Mike was saying, the Ais tribe. That's a very ancient tribe. I don't even think it's in existence anymore.
Yeah.
And that's right,
thousands of years.
Yeah.
And that tribe is right there where a lot of the artifacts and stuff were found right there by the House of Refuge in Stuart, Florida.
And the cool thing is that, like, the places that have investigated, for example, the Old Navy Schoolhouse, the Angry Warthog Saloon, we've done residentials in the same area, and there's other locations there that we haven't gone to yet, but it's all a big it has a big concentration of archaeological sites where they found things from the Seminole War, and then going like thousands of years to the Tequesta Indians, like mummified girls and things like that. So pretty crazy. There's Whitney right there.
Hey, Whitney.
Yeah, I was just reading her comment there. Yeah, they find bones and stuff all over the place, and you know, it's really weird. I was talking
all the time.
That's Cherokee, by the way.
Okay.
That was
And you know, I was talking to a contractor up in North Florida, right? And he was telling me, like, when they start excavating and taking up the dirt and stuff to put down new buildings, you know, if they find any bones or anything, they have to call the state, and they'll have an archaeologist come down and rope it off.
I saw a map of it. Yeah.
And yeah, you showed it to me. That was wild. But they didn't want to stop their construction, you know.
Right.
And I'm obviously not going to mention any names, but they would find teeth and stuff and be like, oh no, and kind of push them back in the dirt, you know. And yeah, it's wild. So there's stuff everywhere, you know, all built over and everything. Like one of those parks that we investigate, it looks like a nice little park. It's got a playground on it and a little mound there, and there's reports of people seeing glowing red eyes and shadow figures and things. And we went there and investigated and had some crazy stuff going on.
You would never think. You feel it too.
the playground there. That's the one we went with one time. Okay, the playground there. Remember the stuff was moving by itself. The swings, cool. And there was lights like flickering inside the playground. It was like,
did you catch on video?
It was nuts.
That's cool. Yeah, no, for sure. It's
no, we didn't bring anything. We just had EVPs.
Yeah. The DRs. That's it.
That would be really cool.
It was like an impromptu thing.
You picked up something there on a FLIR as well, Eric.
Which place?
At the park.
It was like a cold figure.
Yeah.
Am I freezing up?
No.
Oh, I see myself freezing up.
No, you're good.
I'm matrixing.
Joe's Thomas eyes. Let me cracking up. I can't even look at it.
All right, so anybody have any more questions? One last one before we wrap it up.
I think Captain earlier had asked about if you can use your phone for EVPs, and I say yes. Honestly, I think you pull out your camera on your phone, because there you got best of both worlds, really. You can videotape while you're recording. Just it's a camera.
By the way, go back to our Casablanca. I forget what episode that was, but I have a clip in that show where I got an EVP filming off the camera on my phone.
Right.
Yeah, we get them every once in a while on all different types of cameras. I got one on my Sony. I got one on my full spectrum. Joe got some really epic ones on a little full spectrum GoPro style camera. Yeah, I mean, is a phone the best for that? Probably not. But will it
it's
work?
cool when it happens.
Is it possible? Yeah, sure.
Yeah, definitely.
You can download a recording app on your phone. Use that. You never know.
Sometimes it's the last available thing because your camera is dead and you have no other choice but to use your phone.
Or you end up
Sometimes you'll
somewhere,
get it.
right? And you end up somewhere and you're like, oh man, I wish I had my gear or something. I want to check it out. And, you know, I'm not a big fan of the apps out there. You know, I would rather.
Yeah, I was gonna say me either.
Yeah, I mean, I would rather use like the LiDAR on the phone or record or pictures and things of that nature.
Yeah.
All right. So before we wrap it up, I want to make a few announcements. I believe we're going to be going Bigfoot hunting Friday, right, Mike? Or Skunk Ape? We're going with our friend Matt. You can actually follow him on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Supernatural Spectrum, and he's a Skunk Ape Bigfoot hunter. So he's going to take us out to where there's been some sightings. So that will be an upcoming show soon. I'm sort of a little bit leery about it because I know right now in Florida, the mosquitoes are going to be crazy.
Florida,
and we got to worry about pythons. And we got to worry about alligators and water moccasins.
I'm more worried about mosquitoes.
Franny, I don't think there's any cockroaches there, though.
I'm gonna say aliens. I think I'll let you guys handle that one.
I gotta get like, snake shield protectors on my boots.
Oh my gosh.
Aliens.
I'll be looking forward to that, guys.
Aliens.
Alien guy.
And he thought Mike was a serious one.
You gotta do the hands.
Yeah.
And then
aliens.
So yeah, and also we're going to be coming up with.
Now you know why I wear a hat.
Exactly.
Sorry,
keep that shit looking tight.
Cover that.
Actually, look pretty good. I like it like that.
Like the talk down thing going on.
Yeah, I like the
Back to the Future.
Goofy. Yeah.
Great spot.
Yeah. Make it a little bit lighter.
Yeah, well, that's the lighting.
Cat likes it.
Yeah, there she is.
There she go. There you go.
She better.
But anyway, so other than that, we're also going to have our show coming up soon on the Last Chance Saloon, and that was probably like all of us were there, so we're all going to be on that show. And
yeah, we were.
It was like a really crazy investigation, like nothing I've ever experienced. It like blew my mind away. Like I'll get one experience, like I'll never be blown away like that before, but this one like tops it. It was really cool.
And I've been going through everybody's footage and all the footage from that night because I'm putting together a little video. We're gonna do the radio show first.
Kat says she loves it. The hair.
All right. and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna release the YouTube video on the Last Chance after we do the show. So I think it's about an hour and 15 minutes.
It's going to be a really good video.
It's long, video. But it's worth it.
It'll keep your attention.
Exactly.
Don't fall asleep.
Scotty.
Six-pack.
Yeah. Scotty has done us a huge solid and got us somebody for next week. And I'm going to let Eric tell you who that is.
Oh, yeah. So we got a huge guest coming next week. Thanks to Scotty. We're having the godfather of the paranormal, Johnny Zaffis. If you remember the Haunted Collector.
Oh yeah.
He's going to be a really good interview. You guys don't want to miss that one. And I'm really looking forward to it. Like we're going to learn a lot.
Yeah, I'm super excited to hear his thoughts on things for sure.
Now, I'm not going to let out any secrets, but there's some interesting stuff about him that maybe a lot of people here that are watching right now don't know. So you got to tune in. It's pretty amazing. When Mike told me the other day when he did some research, I was like, that's pretty cool. I can't wait. Can't wait to talk about that. But I'm not going to say it because it's a surprise.
Exactly. We'll let him tell you.
Yeah, definitely.
And then
entice you to come back.
We don't have any dates yet, but I've been talking with Brandon Alvis a little bit. So he agreed to come on the show here probably towards the end of the month. He's super busy with some of the stuff that he's got going on and filming. But yeah, so we got that.
Johnny's a funny guy too. Johnny's
okay, great. So I want to ask him about Robert the Doll, actually. If you guys we should do a show on just Robert and
maybe we should run down there this weekend before the show and do something.
Why don't we visit Robert? Why don't we take a team trip and go see Robert?
Let's do it
this weekend before
Johnny
goes.
We're going to go skunk ape hunting until the wee hours of the morning, and then shoot down.
And just head down to the Keys.
Shoot down straight to the Keys.
Straight down to Key West.
It's not like we have kids or anything.
Pick up some rum
work, or
you give them a Benadryl and pop them on the road.
But that's what I want to talk about is his collection, Johnny's Aphesis collection.
Oh yeah, for sure.
All right, people.
All right, cool. So we're gonna wrap it up, and I want everybody
real quick. I forgot something before we wrap it up. So we're not the only show that's on the KGRA Digital Broadcasting Network. There's some amazing shows out there. We're not. No, and we're not the most popular one either. But I want to try to be like that. But yeah, there's some other paranormal shows. They got shows on cryptics, Sasquatch, Bigfoot, psychic, supernatural stuff, UFOs. What are some of the names you can throw out there, Mike?
Pull off the hair.
You got Bishop John Long has a show on here.
We got with Ghost Adventures.
Yeah, obviously Dead Air. And you got a lot of different stuff. There's a lot of variety. KGRA is one of the biggest digital broadcasting when it comes to the paranormal and supernatural out there right now. So super excited to be here and glad to be part of the KGRA digital broadcasting family.
Yeah, we are. Yep, for sure. So you guys have a great Monday night. And don't forget about us next week. And Mike,
don't forget, we got to plug everybody. So, Franny, where can people find you and find your content online?
Sure. So you can find me on YouTube and Instagram. YouTube is Supernatural I. Instagram is Supernatural_I. And that's
that guy that you have doing the interviews at the end of your shows is awesome.
Oh, yeah. By the way, I believe his name is Mike Del Coro.
I need your video editor too. He's really good.
Yes. My badass interviewer and video editor. And you got Eric as well as my editor. So season 2 will be coming up, and it'll be more about War Party Paranormal. So stay tuned, guys.
Can't wait. Looking forward to it. Thanks. 305 Paranormal, Jenny Armando. Where can they find you?
All right, so you can find us on Instagram, YouTube, and now I just opened up a TikTok.
You get sucked into that rabbit hole.
So yeah, me and Joe just opened it up the same weekend or something. So
taking over
everything. Yeah.
Shout out to Wicked Cat Clothing.
Yes.
Appreciate you. Thank you for the love and always supporting us.
There she goes.
And you can also catch 305 Paranormal going to Pair Experience this year.
Yes.
Virginia City.
I'm excited. I'm so
pumped
for this.
PXPairExperience.net or .com.
Don't forget.
Either way, if you mess up one way, just switch it to net.
You got a 50-50
wrong, go to com. You'll find
Google it.
One of those two.
Yeah, for sure. Google it. That's the easiest way.
I was gonna say War Party's coming in hot for PX, so buy those tickets.
Yeah. And Señor El Puma.
Buenas noches.
Buenas noches todo.
Que todo el mundo
tenga mucho.
Buenas noches. Te quiero, Eric.
Joe, where can they
mucho cariño.
Walter Mercado.
You can find me on Instagram, Facebook, and I joined the dark side. I'm now on TikTok. Also, Joe Hunts Ghosts. My YouTube channel, you can search for it as Joe Hunts Ghosts right now. I need a couple more followers to hit that mark so I could actually change the URL directly. But I am all over everything with War Party Paranormal. So thank you guys, everyone, for watching. Appreciate it.
Yes, thank you.
Mucho amor.
Oh, okay.
Mucho.
Yeah, let's not forget about me. I'm
Just
my
ask the
personal
spirit, I'll
stuff.
tell you, Eric.
Yeah, my
Just a
personal
guy.
stuff, like the stuff that I like do personally for ghost hunting, is Ghost Hunter in South Florida. You can find it on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. I should make a song out of it, a rap song. And then the War Party Paranormal, right there on the bottom, right there. That's our website, warpartyparanormal.com, and you can find us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. I don't think they're ready for TikTok. A lot of work, but and one thing I'm going to say that's going to be a surprise for everyone that's here. We'll be filming, actually, our next episode of Casablanca. They did a part 2. You guys don't know this. I just found out today. It's going to be airing, I think, like next week. So stay tuned for that if you watch Univision. If you don't understand Spanish, just switch it to the subtitles because
I was just
the
saying,
shows are awesome.
Just click that thing.
And we're going to be filming a story at the Last Chance Saloon, but with permission, of course. But we're working on another show. That's one. We may do it there. If we can't do it there, we'll find another place. So just an FYI. But it's already approved by Univision Corp. So once we get the approval,
Premiere Impacto.
there you go. Make a story.
All right. Last but not
Do
least,
you know what that story?
you could find me on all kinds of social media. The easiest way to find my stuff, if you just go to my website, www.fla-paranormalresearcher.com, and it'll have links to all the different social medias. It'll link you to the War Party events page to see where we're at and what's coming up, and it'll also show this show and the newest events and my personal YouTube stuff, the new stuff that's coming out. And like I said, you guys are definitely going to want to check out the Last Chance Saloon deal. It's going to be
really show. Cool.
So I appreciate everybody. Thank you, everybody, for the engagement. Thank you for coming out. Thank you for joining us and engaging with us. And we really do appreciate it.
You going to ride us home? Take it home.
Take it on home.
Peace out. Bye, guys.
Take us home.
I'm on my way.
Hey.
Sing it.
Ooh, take my soul.
All right.
Ooh.